Oh boy. Oh boy, guys. Things do not look good for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania at all. It's currently the second worst rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes as we speak, and the MCU has been getting a lot of backlash lately. People are just, I guess, a combination of superhero fatigued, but also tired of Marvel putting woke crap in all of their stuff. The last phase 4, was a major letdown, in my opinion. like, it's more focused on just throwing out a whole bunch of Disney Plus shows that have very little, no substance, very little, no plot progression. It's like they're setting up stuff just to like stick around and make people wait, and then you're injecting like inclusion and all this other crap into all the characters, and it's like, dude, we just want to see fun popcorn flicks. I know MCU movies aren't considered the best of the best, but I personally like them. But trust me, anything post Endgame hasn't hit the same, and I think it's starting to show with how the movies are being reviewed and also how the box office isn't hitting where they want. But yeah, it looks like it's not doing so well in terms of reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. As of right now, it was the second lowest rating of any MCU project. Eternals is the only one that it did not beat, and Eternals was complete garbage. And there's a lot of news articles out there talking about this right now. For example, this says critics took the film to the woodshed, right? And this is very concerning because this is perhaps one of the most anticipated MCU movies I've had in quite some time because Jonathan Majors is going to be in it. We're probably going to see our first full like experience of Kang the Conqueror after they've been teasing him for so long. Like, since Low Key ended, they've been teasing it. We haven't had much in terms of the multiverse besides Multiverse of Madness, a little bit of No Way Home, a little bit of Low Key, but it just seems like everything's just kind of been spinning in place, right? And the hopes was that Ant-Man would be the I guess the phase 5 beginning, coming with some authority. But you can see this says on Rotten Tomatoes the film has a rotten 55% score from 114 reviews. There are 63 fresh reviews, 51 rotten reviews with an average rating of 5.9 out of 10. Fucking yikes. Now, one quick thing to remember right now is this movie hasn't gone out to the masses. This is mostly critics. All right. I'm personally going to be watching it today. I got an early access ticket. My theater's showing it. I'm getting it today. I'm watching it today. And this has me concerned. All right. I was really looking forward to this movie because, again, it's the first installment of phase 5 of the MCU after phase 4 received a lot of criticism. All right. It started with WandaVision, which had promise. I like that. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I enjoyed. But then it was like the later series that came in, Ms. Marvel, for example, were just disappointing. Even Moon Knight kind of left me feeling like, what? So Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, it was expected. Like, at least for me, it's like I thought it was going to start phase 5 with a high note. But this low Rotten Tomato score is really concerning. Again, it hasn't been officially released to the masses yet, so this score can change once it's officially out and more people have seen it. All right? But the fact that the score is so currently low right now is disappointing still for fans like myself who are eagerly anticipating it. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Could this be spelling trouble? Is this a good sign? Again, Thor: Love and Thunder was a disappointment for me. Wakanda Forever was all right. So, yeah, you could see. Here's some of the stuff that some of the critics have said. David Sims at The Atlantic gives the film a rotten score. He says the story is in service of the larger Marvel engine, an increasingly creaky machine that nevertheless keeps grinding away, dropping superstar performers into CGI glop because the show simply must go on. Rolling Stone says Quantumania is somehow heavy without feeling substantial, almost desperate in its dourness, even scattered with occasional wisecracks. It makes Eternals feel positively breezy by comparison. Fucking yikes. I was dozing off watching Eternals. I'm not gonna lie. That was like I contemplating leaving early when I watched Eternals. The only reason why I stayed was because I thought maybe the end credit scene would reveal something that would be like, holy shit, you know. Lots of times I'm not gonna lie. Captain Marvel, and a few other movies, Black Widow. I only toughed through it because I wanted to see the end credits. So it's coming to the point where am I just gonna, you know, see the end credits get leaked online and just watch that instead? So I don't know. There's several possible reasons for this low score again. I think it's the high expectations that were previously set by like Endgame, Infinity War, uh, the Captain America movies, the Iron Man movies. There was a lot of heavy hitters back in the day, and you got some of the older actors that have been replaced, and you know the bar has been set pretty high, and a lot of people don't like change. New actors, new characters, mostly female superheroes. People are gonna kind of be hesitant to jump in. Fans come to expect a lot from each new installment, and it can make it hard for a new movie to live up to these expectations. Is it fair? Yes and no. You know what I mean? Again, is it fair to the new people that are in the MCU carrying the torch? Not exactly, but let's be honest. The writing's been subpar. There's been a lot of social political commentary thrown into it. There's been this like man bad, women good type of vibe in there instead of just making fun characters like the first, three phases were. We didn't care that there was women or men or whatever in the series in the movies. It was all fun. I think another thing that might turn off fans is that there's a use of time travel, a use of multiverse travel, and I think it is a bit confusing to the casuals, the people that don't really follow. Oh, Easy Gamer, thank you. I get a random Twitch notification in the middle of a video. That's all right though. Um, I think the whole idea of the multiverse and time traveling and all that is a bit complex for people, and I think if it's not handled well, it can be confusing to viewers. But who knows? As a fan, I have to admit that the low scores have dampened my excitement. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm still going to see it. I got a ticket. I'm going to see it today. And I'm hopeful that it would be great. There's times where people hate movies and I end up liking it personally. There's a lot of implications that could change the multiverse saga. I hope they do a lot with it. And I'm excited to see it play out. I'm interested in seeing how the movie fits into the larger storyline of the MCU. But looking at these ratings and this stuff, the meta scores, everything like that, it's a bit concerning, especially seeing it being ranked as the second worst MCU movie. I guess reserve judgment until you've seen it yourself because these review scores can change. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below.